For 3, the moment came too late. For 3, the moment changed their fate. So welcome to today's Greater Life CoffeeCast, and with today's focus being the pillar of health, you join me beneath a darkening sky at one of my favourite places on the whole of planet Earth, Hendra Beach. And you can hear the dropping tide's waves lapping at the shoreline. And had you been here with me not 40 seconds ago, you'd have seen 3 lives changed forever. Because as I sit with my back against a huge driftwood trunk, approximately 20 yards or so from the shore, my eyes caught a glimpse of a flashing, flickering, just as the waters receded. And it took me a moment to realise what I was staring at. 3 small fish that the tide had left behind. And as I looked, certainly that was what they were, 3 small fish gasping for life. And as I watched the tide ebb and flow, I realised that these fish, without intervention, were going to stay upon the sand and die. And so I got up, bent down, scooped up a handful of sand and fish, and threw them back into the ocean. And for me, this was a tiny, barely noteworthy act. An act I've performed thousands of times before in my life, meaning I've bent down to pick something up. Perhaps I, at school, bent down to pick up my pencil that had fallen from my hand and fallen from the desk. Perhaps as I've been cooking supper, I've bent down to pick a chopped potato that had fallen from the chopping board. Perhaps out walking in the woods, I've bent to pick a piece of wild garlic to take home for my supper. The act of bending down and picking up is a tiny one. And yet this tiny act for 3 fish. Fishes? Fish? It's a mystery. Just like the chicken and the egg. But that tiny act of bending down and picking up didn't just change their life, it sustained their life. And as I walked back to my seat, I saw at the high tide mark 3 dead fish. Their moment already gone. No amount of picking up would bring them back. And so let's bring this to you. Because the chances are that whether you know it or not, the tide is going out on certain aspects of your health. And before you know it, you could be left like a fish floundering upon the sand, wondering where your vitality went. And there may not be a random human who can come and scoop things up and make it right. You have that chance. And the chances are that the remedy, at least the beginnings of the remedy, lie in a small, seemingly insignificant act. It could be the decision to switch wine for water, to switch beer for juice, to switch sugar for savoury, to switch stairs for hills. And if we look at each of those examples, there are commonalities. Water and wine are both liquids. Beer and juice are both liquids. Sugar and savoury are both foods. And stairs and hills both have a climb. And yet, a decision daily, a tiny decision daily, to choose one or the other, could be the difference between you swimming in a deep ocean of vitality and longevity, or being left upon the shore. So, where are things at with your health right now? Where is the tide going out and threatening to leave you floundering? And what tiny act can you do to pick up the potential of your life and transform that potential into longevity, vitality, and joy?